Hello and welcome to a breakdown of the new Ninjago trailer. Yeah, that dropped like a little while ago and it seems to have quite a lot in it, so let's get straight in. In this picture, it's obviously Kai. You can see the bandage on his eye and he's wearing a black robe, so he's obviously maybe breaking in somewhere or doing something criminal. He seems to be being arrested at this point, which suggests, yeah, he's definitely doing something dodgy. This is a nice scene as it kind of parallels the ninjas' sort of antics in Season 6 where they got arrested. It's very similar. The same 5 ninja. Well, actually, no, Nia was there, but the point is, it's still like the same sort of shot that happened in Season 6. Nice, cool. Ultraviolet's been in the last few seasons. We all know who she is. But in the background, you can see someone watching. So she's obviously staring at like the ninja who maybe just entered or just about to attack or something. And then obviously you can see Pythor, a skeleton, and Killer in the background. He's immediately attacking the ninja with Ultraviolet. He kind of seems to be the leader here. Maybe he's kind of taken over Garmadon's old like Sons of Garmadon crew. And also, I just want to mention the fact he's attacked the ninja, even though the last time he kind of saw them while he was attacking them. Before that, he'd been helping them. So maybe he's already working for the guy, and the bad guy of the season, whoever the Crystal King is, and he's actually starting the attack, like, in the prison. Maybe he framed them or something. In this clip, we seem to be introduced to a brand new character. He looks pretty cool, I have to admit. He could be someone in a mask. It looks definitely like he's wearing a mask, but we don't know who it is. So, interested to see who it is. We seem to cut back to another food fight with Pythor and the ninja. I think it's interesting to note there's actually a Serpentine there, and the Serpentine are kind of good guys now, so maybe they turn on them again. Then we see a scene of Lloyd getting angry with Ronan, and Ronan's not in prison attire, so Ronan's probably not in jail. He's actually probably free, which like means that, you know, maybe he's like annoying Lloyd, maybe he's doing something bad, maybe Lloyd's trying to get him to break him out and he's refusing or something, I don't know. This needs obviously little explanation, but it's the 4 gold weapons. Just want to note some of them look a bit more different. They look a bit similar to the originals, notably the fact that they seem very much more like sharp-edged than the ones that we saw back in Season 10 when Kai just reforged them. The scythe looks certainly the most different as it's been remade to look more like it is in Lego form, which is... The scene Wu is obviously holding the sphere off from the weapons. Maybe she's going to get them from somewhere else. And this could be where the fight scene that we're told about by Tommy Andresen in a tweet a little while ago about always like epic fight scene could occur, because the ninja clearly aren't there because they're not stopping her. So maybe this is where like Wu actually has to fight, which just seems to be the only time he actually does fight is when the ninja can't. So that could be that fight scene there, and that would be pretty cool. Interesting to note, this isn't actually the combo mech we see in Legacy, although it looks kind of similar. So we're actually getting another mech. I couldn't really know what this is, but this could be the new Samurai X mech that we were saw in like the leaked set description from Promo Bricks. We see Kyla use Zane's power of ice, and recently Kyla hasn't been able to use powers that she'd used like before, like the Season 4. So that could mean that she must come into contact with Zane at some point in this season, as she hasn't otherwise. Well, she has, but not really since they've sort of established she has her powers back. These police cars seem to be modified. They don't look like regular police cars. Maybe this is a new section of like the police, like the like sort of out there police, the more desert police, you know, section of Ninjago, because that's sort of like a almost cowboy-like thing. And this seems to be some kind of new police officer. Maybe he's the new chief that will come in to be the chief after the current one gets fired. So he's not seen in the trailer, and this guy certainly seems to be important, and he kind of comes up quite a lot. While this image is really bad, I just wanted to show that actually this image and the image that's about to come up next of the 2 vans are actually different vans, but they seem to be in a similar situation. One's got Dareth in it, escaping the ninja, and the other one we'll see later on in the trailer. Bit more to unpack. In the background, you can see that the guy from Season 14 is there being interrogated by the police, and that detective we just saw. And the ninja in the front with new suits, which actually look really cool, hiding. They've obviously been trying to maybe save him or maybe, you know, go and like warn him or something. In this scene, I actually think the ninja are breaking a sphere out, because as you watch as it progresses, they seem to be almost looking like they're being chased by a sphere, but then Zane's behind. And they're also wearing like black clothes, and they look like they're escaping with Asphira, or like escaping because they've broken her out. And maybe that's why they go to prison, because they escape, like help her escape from her prison. That is the prison, so it makes sense. And yeah, now here we see the 2 ninja teams like teaming up. Well, not just teaming up, but they certainly seem to be in a van together, and they're not attacking each other, so they're probably teaming up. Here we see Kai in a bunch of smoke running. He's just obviously been in a fight, maybe the prison they're busting out. Looks like. Later on the trailer, we see him fight Jay, and here there's lightning that Kai's jumping. Maybe they fought again in the prison, and, you know, they're having a bit of an argument after Nia's death. This is the character that was shipping the Vengestone at the start of Season 15, and we see her back in the season when a lot of people are saying the Vengestone could come into it. So it would be, obviously, I think we're going to see her, and maybe the client as well, the fact that she's back. It's also interesting to note that in the corner you can see the pink ninja, and so I think they're obviously going to be fighting. That's who they're about to fight in a scene later on in the trailer. This looks like Prime Empire, or at least Ninjago City at night, but I definitely think this is Prime Empire, especially from sort of the way the vehicles in the sides look. That's interesting because, well, the rest of the shots have all been in Ninjago, so this may be a scene where one of the characters from Prime Empire comes into the modern world. Not modern, but real. The character at the front looks a little bit like the Reflector character from the Legacy Imagine shorts, with the hair and the glasses. Probably isn't, but just a thing I noticed. Also, this car is the car that we see the ninja being chased by before we see them getting chased by Dareth, and they're obviously broken up prior to this. This has Jensen Woodchuck being like flipped upwards, so maybe the you can see Zane and Cole in there in what looks like their old suits, but you know, they get new ones. So this is earlier on. Maybe it's part of the when they get caught. Maybe Skylar's involved as well, because obviously she runs Chen's Noodles, which that van belongs to. This is a nice shot as you get a better look at the new suits for Cole and Jay. I really like these suits. They're actually really good. They're like kind of a little bit similar to like this ZX suits in the way that they're kind of structured, and they're all kind of a bit different but similar, and they're just like really cool. And look at the mechanic who we knew was coming back, but you know, this gives it a nice confirmation. He almost looks like he's in a prison with them, so that'll be interesting. He probably ended up there after his crimes in season sort of 13 or 12, sorry, I think it was. This is just another nice parallel to another Ninjago season. Obviously happens later on from the fact that they're in their new suits by the look of it, and Jay is about to get hit by a train again, like he did in season 2 when he was caught by the Serpentine. This is a scene of the guy from Shintaro the King about to put on the mask of vengeance. He looks like he's back in Shintaro, which is interesting because assumably he went to jail. And interesting, he's got pink eyes this time instead of the green lines that he did in the last time we saw him. So obviously that could be to do with him being crystallized or by the Overlord or something. Here we see Fugidove, and well, last time we saw Fugidove was like season 12 when they all tried to break into the place where they're Prime Empire. And interestingly, Fugidove is also looks like he's in the same building that they were where the season 14 Explorer guy was when he was being interrogated and the ninja were hiding. Maybe he saves them, maybe they break out of jail with him and he helps them. Maybe he becomes a good guy. Who knows? Now, this is one of the most interesting scenes because we know that a few characters are going to be in like a new sort of team with the ninja. So at the front, it looks like it would be Nelson. However, I feel like Nelson would be purple, so he's probably either the pink or the magenta-looking one. The orange one, probably Skylar, as we know she's going to be part of this team. The yellow character at the back almost looks like he could be the Akita, the wolf, because she's got the lines on her face which match up, although I'm not sure about that. That could be. Another character commonly associated with light blue, who could be the front ninja, is Scott. He almost looks like he has the sort of face structure and the eyes and the eyebrows, so maybe that is Scott. He does have futuristic weapons which look like they come from Prime Empire, so that backs up that conclusion. I don't know who the other two characters are, although they look interesting. That's all I'm going to say. They're probably people we know. Better look at Zane's suit for the new season. Also, you can see this claw. I wonder who that belongs to. Probably the mechanic for his new arm. Seems to be against the bad guy here, the ninja, the two ninja teams. And you can see Kalmar staff in the background. Like there's some other weapons in the background, although you can't really see them. And it's interesting to note this is when the ninja are obviously breaking in their black outfits to free us. This shot must be from earlier on in the season because Cole's in his season 11 suit, which we've seen tends to be in things that I think are probably earlier on in the season. Maybe beats these two people up too much or kills one by accident and then he gets arrested. It's a bit dark, but maybe. This is really interesting because Kai and Jay are both shooting stuff at each other. Now, initially I thought this was a fight, but looking at this now, actually, it almost looks like there's water in the middle. Maybe they're both trying to like save Nia or something. Maybe they're just fighting because they're grieving or something like that. Jay and Kai have always not gone along the best, so maybe they are just fighting because they're upset about Nia and they both like having an argument. But it does look like they could be doing something to try and save her. Maybe they're not fighting. Maybe they're actually trying to like power a machine or do something with the elements. Maybe because he's her brother and he's her boyfriend or something. I don't know. We finish with a shot of Water Dragon Nia about to attack a ship. Maybe this is what will get the ninja arrested. Maybe because she is like about to destroy, maybe she hurts them and then everyone's like, well, she's one of you, so you're all responsible, maybe you're influencing this. Overall, it's a pretty good trailer. It gave you like a lot of hype without really giving too much away. It's kind of suggested some things that could happen, but I also think a lot of the things I've predicted might not happen. I think it definitely sets up lots of ideas which could of things that could happen, but then it also keeps you guessing. I think it's very ambiguous while also being like very informative, which is very good. It's like one of the best trailers I've ever watched, even though it's only Ninjago. They've done a thoroughly good job, and it's actually released before the season this time, which is the icing on the cake. So yeah, good trailer. I hope this breakdown was helpful, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed for more Lego and Ninjago content. Yeah, see ya, peace out, as they say in the Lego community.